Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Bill. We are in the dungeon world for this video today. We're going to go over character creation. So we'll go over the whole process of how you would create a character for Dungeon World, and I will do future videos on creating the different classes. There should be a lot of, based on how this feels, there should be a lot of overlap for the classes, but I'll do individual videos for each. I also plan to do a video on the GMing side of this and covering fronts and their advice on GMing. So those are the videos you can look forward to in the future. Without further ado, let's dive in. You choose a class is the first step. So you look over the character classes and choose the one that interests you. To start with, everyone chooses a different class. There aren't two wizards. If two people want to be the same class, talk it over as adults and compromise. Later on, if you're making a replacement character, you can choose a class someone else is already playing. Next is you choose a race. Some classes have race options. Choose one. Your race gives you special moves. You choose a name. Choose your character's name from the list. And the next is you choose a look. Your look is your physical appearance. Choose one item from each list. And here's the special text for it. Haunted eyes sounds good since every wizard has seen some things no mortal was meant to. No good wizard has time for hairstyling, so wild hair it is. My robes are strange, and I mentioned to everyone that I think maybe they came from beyond as part of a summoning ritual. No time to eat with all that studying and research. Thin body. Excuse me. Choose stats. Assign these scores to your stats. 16, 15, 13, 12, 9, 8. Start by looking over your basic moves and starting moves for your class. Pick out the moves that interest you the most, something you'll be doing a lot, or something that you excel at. Put a 16 in the stat for that move. Look over the list again and pick out the next most important move to your character. Maybe something that supports your first choice. Put your 15 in the stat for that move. Repeat this process for your remaining scores, 13, 12, 9, and 8. Alternatively, if everyone wants a little more randomness, then you can roll stats. Roll 3d6 and assign the total to a stat. Repeat this until you have all your stats. If you want something really random, you can roll for stats in order. If you choose this method, you get to roll before you choose your class, which would make sense. Figure out modifiers. Next, you need to figure out the modifiers for your stats. The modifiers are what you use when a move says plus dex or plus charisma. If you're using the standard character sheet, the modifiers are already listed in each score. But right here it gives you the table, so here's what it goes. If your score is 1 to 3, it's a -3. 4 to 5, -2. 6 to 8, -1. 9 to 12, 0. 13 to 15, +1. 16 to 17, +2. 18 is a +3. So you can see where those modifiers aren't the same if you've played Dungeons & Dragons or Pathfinder. Excuse me. Set maximum hit points. Your maximum hit points is equal to your class's base hit points plus constitution score. You start with your maximum hit points. So the example is you have a base of 4 plus 9 con gives you a whopping 13 hit points. Choose starting moves. The front side of each character sheet lists the starting moves. Some classes, like the fighter, have choices to make as part of one of their moves. Make these choices now. The wizard will need to choose spells for their spellbook. Both the cleric and the wizard will need to choose which spells they have prepared to start with. And here's an example. A summoning spell is easy choice, so I take Contact Spirits. Magic Missile will allow me to deal more damage than the pitiful 1d4 for Wizard's class, so that's N2. I choose Alarm for my last spell since I can think of some interesting uses for it. Choose an alignment. Your alignment is a few words that describe your character's moral outlook. Each class may only start with certain alignments. Choose your alignment. In play, it'll give your character certain actions that can earn you additional experience points. Choose gear. Each class has choices to make for starting gear. Keep your load in mind. It limits how much you can easily carry. Make sure to total up your armor and note it on your character sheet. And here's the little example here. I'm worried about my HP, so I take armor over books. A dagger sounds about right for rituals. I choose that over a staff. It's a toss-up between the healing potion and the antitoxin, but healing wins out. I also end up with some rations. Introduce your character. Now that you know who your character is, it is time to introduce them to everyone else. Wait until everyone's finished choosing their name, then go around the table when it's your turn, share your look, class, and anything else pertinent about your character. You can share your alignment now or keep it secret if you prefer. This is also the time for the GM to ask questions. The GM's question should help establish the relationship between characters. What do you think about that? And draw a group into adventure. Does that mean you've met Grundlock before? The GM should listen to everything in the description and ask about anything that stands out. Establish where they are from, who they are, how they came together, or anything else that seems relevant or interesting. And then choose bonds. Once everyone has described their characters, you can choose your bonds. You must fill in one bond that isn't in your best interest to fill in more. For each blank fill in the name of one character, you can use the same character for more than one statement. Take some time to discuss the bonds and let the GM ask questions about them as they come up. You'll want to go back and forth and make sure everyone is happy and comfortable with how the bonds have come out. Leave space to discover what each one might mean to play. 2. Don't predetermine everything at the start. Once everyone's filled in their bonds, read them out to the group. When a move has you roll plus bond, you'll count the number of bonds you have with the character in question and add that to the roll. Having more bonds gives you more interesting facts about you and your companions and lets you help them better. Any bond that you don't fill in now, you'll be able to use or replace later. And then the last thing you do is you get ready to play. Take a little break, grab a drink, stretch your legs, and let the GM brainstorm for a little bit about what you've learned about your characters. Once you're all ready, grab your dice and your sheet and get ready to take on the dungeon. Once you're ready to the GM will get things started and described in the first session chapter on 175. So that's creating a character. Like I said, I'll go over creating actual characters physically with you guys. But that's the process to creating a character for the dungeon world. It's pretty straightforward, pretty fast. I would use the set stats the first couple times playing it, and then after that I would give them the option to roll. The set stats would just make it faster to create characters. Well, what do you all think about this? Put it in the comments below. Until we all game again, guys.